Good morning guys, welcome back to Rock Fabulous 40s, and today I'm going to do a foundation review that's going to go along with that whole finding that perfect foundation for me that I've been doing for I don't know how long now. And I'm doing a drugstore foundation today. It's a very affordable foundation and it's one from e.l.f. It is the Beautifully Bare Foundation Serum. It has an SPF of 25, this guy right here. Forgive my lighting, I'm kind of sitting in a different spot a little bit, so my lighting might be a little bit off. I've got natural light from my window over here on this side and then natural light over here on this side coming in from my window, so I don't know if the lighting is going to be better than my past videos or worse. I'm not sure. In my camera right now it looks okay, but how it's going to actually look when I go through the editing process, I don't know. Anyways, so back to the foundation. So this is a serum foundation. Now serum foundations are not normally my favorite thing in the universe because they tend to get into my pores and leave me looking a little bit polka dotted. And I don't normally like the way serum foundations sit on my skin. I have worn this one several times and I'm going to apply it for you guys on camera, but before I do that I'm going to tell you a little bit about what e.l.f.'s website says about this stuff. Now this is $8 for a bottle. You get 0.47 fluid ounces, so you're not even getting a whole fluid ounce on this. Normally you would get like a whole fluid ounce in any higher end foundation that you purchase, but yeah, so 0.47, it's not even a half an ounce. The bottle looks kind of big, doesn't it? But yeah, it's not even a half an ounce. Alright, so like I said, this was $8. It only comes in 3 shades, so that's kind of not great about this foundation. The shades that it comes in is Fair Light, Light Medium, and Medium Deep. And I'm using the one called Light Medium. And honestly, I mean, it actually, the color doesn't look too bad on me. The color actually does match me pretty decently. So, I mean, that's not an issue for me. But for those of you who are a much deeper skin tone, I would say a little bit deeper than me, could get away probably with the medium deep. But if you are a dark skin tone, you're not going to be able to find a shade that's going to fit you, I don't think. Anyway, so again, $8, 3 shades, not the greatest shade selection in the world. I've got my little notes in front of me here, so if I'm looking down a little bit, I do apologize, but I have to, I wanted to remember to tell you guys everything about the foundation, so I wrote it down. Alright, so according to the e.l.f. website, this is supposed to give you a natural, flawless finish. It's supposed to be weightless, which means you're not supposed to be able to feel it on your skin. It's supposed to melt right into your skin, so it's not supposed to just sit on top of your skin and look like makeup. It's supposed to melt right in, and it's supposed to make your skin look like skin and not makeup. It's supposed to have a luminous, dewy finish, and like I said, it has an SPF of 25. They also say that if you need a fuller coverage, because even though it says it's luminous, dewy finish, I don't find it to be completely outrageously luminous. There's no flecks of light or glitter or anything in here. I find it to be more radiant, I guess, than luminous. And a lot of your more radiant type foundations do have a lighter coverage. I would say that this is a pretty light coverage. It's light to medium. But they say that if you want to build up the coverage or if you feel the need to change the shade a little bit, they say that you can actually mix this into the Flawless Finish Foundation, which, let me find it, which I've got that one. That's this one right here. I have a review coming up on this one pretty soon because I've been testing it out as well. But e.l.f. does say you can mix that serum in with that foundation if you need more coverage or if you need a different shade or a shade range change, I guess. I don't necessarily like when a company says, well, here's a foundation, but we're only going to make it in 3 shades. Therefore, if you like the foundation and you want a better shade match, go buy our other foundation and mix it into that. I don't like that. I think that's kind of sneaky. I think they just need to make more shades of this foundation, because if somebody likes the consistency of this foundation, why ruin it by adding it into another foundation? Does that make sense? It makes I don't know. It makes sense to me. Sorry, I'm looking at my lips. My lips are very dry and chapped right now. It makes sense to me. I don't want to have to buy 2 foundations to get the right coverage or the right shade. You know, just make the right shade in the foundation formula that I like. It's that simple. Anyways, so I'm going to apply this on camera today, and I'm going to use the Beautifully Bare blending brush, this guy right here. And we're just going to jump right into it. And like it is dirty because I've used it quite a bit this week, but I'm going to use it right now. All right, so when, oh, got hair on my nose. So when you open this up, you've got a pump. I do appreciate the pump. I do really like the pump. The pump is really nice because I can just pump out as much as I need. So actually, before I apply, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to prime my face. And I'm going to prime my face using an e.l.f. primer. I figured if I'm using an e.l.f. foundation, why not use the e.l.f. primer? I've got the e.l.f. hydrating face primer right here. My face is combo right now. It's kind of dry in areas and then normal in other areas. I wouldn't quite say I'm oily, so I'm going to go ahead and use the hydrating primer. And honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of this primer. I really prefer the Smashbox hydrating much better, but because I'm testing out an e.l.f. foundation, I'm going to use the e.l.f. primer. Why not, right? All right, here we go. So I am priming. This primer does have a very silicone-y slip to it, which I think might be one of the reasons why I don't like it so much for all over my face. Now, I have used this foundation a lot, guys, and this is actually the first time I'm using it with the e.l.f. primer. I normally use it with my Smashbox Hydrating or my Boots No. 7 Airbrush Radiance primer, which I love that primer. But yeah, today I'm just going to use the e.l.f. one. The e.l.f. one's inexpensive. I think it's like $6. It's very, very inexpensive. I'm going to go ahead and just pump a little into my hand. It is a very watery consistency. See how it's running down? And I'm just going to start with my finger, and I'm going to apply a little bit heavier to the spots that I've got my hyperpigmentation issues, and then I'm just going to dot it around the other areas. And the directions do say to apply this liberally, so I guess that means you can apply as much as you want or as little as you want or a whole hell of a lot if you want. I need a little bit on the nose here. And I'm going to take just a bit under the eyes. Okay, so here I go with my brush, and let's blend. And I'll be honest with you guys, I love this brush. This brush just blends foundation in, I think, so quickly and seamlessly. It's just, this brush to me is just amazing. I love it. And I have not only used this brush with this foundation, but I have also used this brush with a lot of other foundations with the same result. It blends everything in just so quickly and easily. It's just, I just love it. So that's it. It's blended. And honestly, I really like how the foundation looks. Oh, my hair is bothering me. I didn't feel like fixing it today. I'm so sorry. I really like how the foundation looks. It's already set down. It's already dry. I mean, it didn't take it hardly any time at all to dry down. I apply, it's dry. Apply, it's dry. All right. Anyway, I don't notice pores standing out after application, and it doesn't really hide them either, but they're not really standing out either. So I really like that. I don't notice, like I said, a whole lot of coverage because it is a, I would say, light to medium coverage. It has masked, it definitely evened out my skin tone, but it has masked a little bit of the hyperpigmentation. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do is, since this is already dried down already, I'm going to go ahead and apply just a little bit more right here where the hyperpigmentation is, and we're going to see if we can't get it to build up just a hair bit more. Oh, I just love this. brush. Seriously guys, if you guys don't have this brush, look into it. This brush is so nice. So nice. Okay, layer number 2. Again, still really liking how it looks. It's already, again, dried down. I don't feel it gives me a luminosity or a dewy finish. I don't feel that at all. I feel it has completely dried down. I feel like it gives a little bit of a radiance, a little bit of a lift, but nothing dewy or luminous per se. So far so good. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup and I'll be back. Okay, so the rest of the makeup is done and this is the finished result with all the makeup on and that foundation. Again, forgive the hair. I'm not feeling like fixing it today. I'm just not feeling it. Anyway, so about the foundation, number 1, I don't feel it on the skin. So that part of the claim that it says is actually absolutely 100% true. I don't feel it. It is a light to medium coverage. I was able to build it up just a hair. Plus the bronzer and stuff that I use also help give it just a tad bit more coverage, I guess. And, excuse me, I've worn this many times already, you know, just trying to test it out. And I feel that it lasted pretty much through the entire day and then also through a workout. So I've gotten 8 to 10 hours out of this easily without it breaking down and just looking really bad on my skin, which is actually really amazing to me because when I'm at work, I'm a lot of times sitting at my computer desk like this or like this, and I've always got my hands on my face, which is bad, I know that, but it still doesn't come off in those areas where I've put my hands. I have actually worn this with my glasses and it might have come off on the nose pads of my glasses just a little tiny bit, but not much at all. It didn't look really bad and splotchy where my nose pads were, which was nice. Okay, so those are, you know, the really good points to this. Some of the not so good points, and really there weren't that many bad points to this at all, was it did, within a few hours in, start to creep over and get into these little laugh lines right here. It didn't get into my number 11s, and it really didn't get into my forehead lines, but it did get into these. Every single time I wear this, it does creep over and get into this. But what I've noticed is if I just kind of take my finger and just pat them out like this, it smooths them out, and then they don't come back for the rest of the day. So that's kind of nice. And it does just a little tiny bit oxidize. Just a little bit. It's not bad. It doesn't on me anyway, it doesn't oxidize and pull orange. It oxidizes a little bit and it goes just a tad bit darker, but it doesn't pull orange. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't make me look like I have Oompa Loompa face. It's not anything like that, but it does tend to go just a tad bit darker throughout the day when I wear it. And that's really the only bad notes I have about this. Plus the fact, you know, that if you want a different shade that they don't offer, or you want more coverage, you can always buy one of their other foundations and mix it in. Again, I already told you my thoughts on that. I don't like that. I think that's just a cop-out for them to get you to try to buy some more of their foundations. But, you know, that's just my thoughts. Now the brush, on the other hand, my nice dirty brush that I just used, guys, I love this. If you don't have this brush, this is the blending brush from their Beautifully Bare line. If you guys don't have this brush, you really need to look into getting this brush. It's a $6 brush. I see it all the time at Walmart. I've seen it at CVS. You can get it on the e.l.f. website. This brush for liquidy foundations is amazing. I have used this brush not only for the foundation I'm testing out today, but I have used it for the other e.l.f. foundations I've been testing out. I have used it for my L'Oreal Infallible foundations. I have used it with my Clinique Even Better foundation. I have used it with several foundations, and this has just been amazing. It blends the foundation out seamlessly. It's almost like you do a couple of swipes, you know, across the skin with it, and that's it. It's done. It's blended. No streaks. I mean, it's just, I just can't say enough good things about this brush. So yes, I feel the foundation is nice. I feel the foundation is one of the better ones that I've tested out recently, but the brush takes the cake, guys. I love this little $6 brush. Alright guys, so those are my thoughts and opinions on the e.l.f. Beautifully Bare Foundation Serum and the e.l.f. Beautifully Bare Blending Brush. That's hard to say. But those are my thoughts and opinions. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you did, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Also guys, you can look me up on my website at www.rockfabulousonline.com. You can look me up on Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, all under rockfabulous40s. And guys, don't forget to hit subscribe down there, somewhere down there. And you too can rock your fabulous 40s. And have a great 2017, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.